Let's talk about something sensitive but very real: DNA tests in relationships and marriages. Why do many women feel so uncomfortable or even offended by the idea of a DNA test? And why do many men secretly want it even if they don't always say it out loud? First, let's understand the woman's perspective. For many women, when a man asks for a DNA test, it doesn't just sound like a simple request. It feels like an accusation. It feels like he's saying, "Oh, I don't trust you." And the trust is everything in the relationship. So instead of hearing logic, she hears doubts, disrespect, and even betrayal. So some women also feel like after everything I've been through, pregnancy, stress, carrying this child, and you are still questioning me, that emotional weight makes the request feel painful, not even practical. So there's also fear, not necessarily fear of guilt, but fear of what the request represents. Because once DNA test enters a relationship or marriage, it can feel like the foundation is already shaking. Now let's look at the man's perspective. For many men, a DNA test is not about disrespect, it's about certainty. A woman is 100% sure a child is hers. She carried the baby, she gave birth. There is no confusion there. But a man, he can only trust what he's told. And for some men, especially in a world where they have seen or heard stories about paternity fraud, that uncertainty can quietly eat them up. So instead of openly demanding for the DNA test, many men keep it low key. They might joke about it, think about it privately, or even plan to do it secretly. Not because they hate their partner, but because they want peace of mind. They want to be sure, like very sure. It's not always about accusing you. It's about protecting themselves emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even financially. Now, here is the real issue. That is communication. The problem is not just the DNA test itself. The problem is how it's brought up, when it's brought up, and what it implies. If a man suddenly asks for a DNA test after acting loving and secure, it feels suspicious. If there has already been broken trust in the relationship, the request becomes even more loaded. And if both partners don't understand each other's fears, it turns into a fight instead of a conversation. So what's the solution? This is this is the honest solution. Early communication. Some people now believe DNA tests should be normalized at birth, not as an accusation, but as a standard procedure. That way, it removes emotions, suspicions, and personal blame from the equation. Others believe that if trust is strong, there should be no need for DNA test at all. But whichever side you stand on, one thing is clear: this issue is not just about DNA, it's about trust, insecurity, communication, and emotional safety. So instead of attacking each other, try to understand where the other person is coming from, because sometimes what looks like disrespect is actually fear, and what feels like an accusation might just be someone asking for reassurance. So understand first and react later, okay?